Well, the past days have seen headlines, some of them controversial, requiring detailed analysis from those who understand the issues, doing it with depth. The presidency has come out to make clarifications and even called out some media houses in some cases. It must have been a tough week for some editors in some of these media organizations. Well, the NNPC issue has many faces. The World Bank pops up. The demands from regions are still there, and the pending action on restructuring. So let's get the presidency side of these stories. Mr. Femi Adesina, the special advisor on media and publicity to President Muhammadu Buhari, joins us from our Abuja studio. Many thanks, Mr. Adesina, for coming on the program tonight. Where should we begin from? So many issues to dissect tonight. But let's start from the very top, the controversy around the issue of NNPC. One of the major issues on the table for this presidency is the issue of corruption in that agency, the nation's cash cow. We've heard so many sides to this story. What can the presidency tell us tonight? Which one did the presidency sign? The vice president has said he did not sign the contract, he signed the loan. Did president sign the contract?
Yeah, when the vice president of the country has spoken, there's hardly anything I will add to it. I'll just say, let's work with what the vice president has told the country.
The issue of trying to sanitize the NNPC, what can you tell us? What are the details of the investigations into the NNPC and the activities surrounding some of the allegations linked to it?
Not just the NNPC is being sanitized or going to be sanitized. It's a countrywide exercise. You know that the Buhari administration came with a resolve to clean up so many areas of the country. So it would be wrong to just isolate the NNPC. The NNPC will just be part of the larger cleanup going on in the country.
Oh, definitely, Dan. Let me just, before I anchor on the issue of NNPC, Mr. Adesina, tell us, how did the president resolve the issues between Mr. Baru and Dr. Ibe Kachuku?
Well, you see, the issues are still unraveling. They're unraveling. Just yesterday, we had a new perspective on the issue from the vice president. The issue is still unraveling, but I can assure you that at the end of the day, it is going to be permanently and amicably sorted out.
Okay, well, I mean, the question will be if the difference is between, because the implication is that if the difference between these two men is resolved, it might just give us some headway in our production and in the activities within that agency that brings a lot of money to the nation. But the issue of some of the unresolved issue as regarding the allegations of corruption is the major issue, because don't forget, this is a government that says it wants to fight corruption. How is the president hoping to rid itself from all of these allegations?
You have seen a rapprochement between the Minister of State and the GMD of NNPC. It's just one step. Many others will be taken, because it's very important that as long as they continue to serve the country, serve the president in those capacities, then they must learn to work together. The issues are going to be resolved. You can rest assured in that.
You didn't answer my question on this one when I asked you how the presidency resolved the issues between these two men. Was there any moment when the two men were called into the presidency to sheath their swords?
It's in the public domain. There have been engagements. And it's all part of a process. That process will be completed, and everything will be normal.
Okay, let me quickly take you on one of the statements you released today, and that is perhaps what you've called, let me look at what you call it exactly. Yeah, you said deliberate twisting of President Buhari's commendable interface with World Bank President. A lot of Nigerians will want to know today because there are a lot of reactions and allegations of what some people called sectionalism in some of the activities of the president. But clarify this issue for us. The meeting between the World Bank chief and the president. Did the president ask the World Bank chief to focus on the northern region of the country in terms of development?
Well, it's been explained right from the very first week the president got into office. His first trip was to G7 in Germany. And what did it put on the table? Help us to rebuild the Northeast. The Northeast had been devastated. It had been degraded by insurgency, which had been there since 2009. So in 2015, when he went to the G7 meeting, he said, help us. The place needs to be rebuilt. They asked him, is it funds? No, he said he didn't want funds so that the funds would not end up being misappropriated. He would rather that those countries send in technical expertise, send material, help in rebuilding of infrastructure. And then the first trip to Washington, there was a meeting with the World Bank, and he said the same thing. Help us to rebuild the Northeast. And all the engagements the president has had, both in the country and outside it, with multilateral agencies, with other governments, he has always said, help us to rebuild the Northeast. Now, if you look at the transcript of the encounter between the World Bank president and the media, which now has been released and is online, the question specifically was, what is the World Bank doing to help Nigeria rebuild the Northeast? And it was the answer of the World Bank president that some sections of the media, and particularly online media, twisted, and they used it to try to brand the president as sectional, which was uncharitable, which was unconscionable, which was downright mischievous and wicked. So we had to issue that statement clarifying the position.
All right, we take a moment. Everyone, stay with us. There's still more issues to be discussed. I have a couple of them here on the program today. Mr. Femi Adesina is still with us, and we will be touching on some issues, especially some of the issues relating to the Southeast region, because a lot of people are saying, what is the military doing in that region, especially in its campaign of health? That's when we return. Join us again, everyone.